Hey guys, Beck and Kristen here, and we have a quick little "Am I overreacting" story here. So starts off with our barn recently went to a local show and posted a bunch of photos from the weekend on Instagram. They featured the girls who won their classes, mostly the ones with fancy horses. My daughter was there too. She showed really well with a lot of improvement, but didn't place this time. Not a big deal until we saw the post. No group photo, no mention of her at all, just pictures of the girls with ribbons and "so proud of our winners" in the caption. I messaged the account, it's run by an older junior, not the trainer, and asked if they could include a picture of my daughter or at least mention that everyone rode well. They left me unread. Am I being petty? To me, the barn Instagram should build team spirit, not make kids feel like they don't matter unless they win.
Yeah, this is so complicated because barns, to me, are supposed to be a team environment. If you go around a well-run barn, everybody is helping everybody. There's a saying that I heard a long time ago that is, if the tide rises, so do all the boats. And to me, that means when everybody is working together and everybody is contributing and supporting one another, everybody does better. And, I can understand as a trainer being really proud of the people that won. I would also like to know if the person who posted it is also one of the people who won, and what her relationship as an older junior is with this younger junior or the other kids that didn't place. I feel like as a barn owner and trainer, I would never make one of my students in charge of something like that because it could build animosity with these choices among teammates.
Or at the very least, you kind of go over the post and see it.
Right.
Because the other thing too is like a lot. I can say a lot, but there are a number that I've seen on Facebook, and I'm not on Instagram too much myself, so I can't really say on there, but there's ones that's all they really promote, and part of it is just their branding and everything else, but the barns or the trainers, whatever, will just show those positive sides and or the horse more so than the riders, but sometimes the riders too. But they're only showing the wins and things along those lines. So is it one of those things where that's the norm for them or not?
Yeah.
You'd have to look at that too and see if that's just something to kind of be expected or not. But
yeah. And the unfortunate part in our sport is some people can buy nice horses and some people can't. And that can definitely make it to where some people, depending on the discipline, never make it to the podium.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean that you're not a good rider, that you're not trying hard, and you're not working hard. But that is a factor. I just saw a really interesting post or an interview with one of the top show jumper riders, and I forget his name, and they talked about the financial stress that a lot of children are feeling because their parents are putting more than their mortgage into a house, into a horse, or their payments at a barn and training are more than all their cars put together. So the kids are feeling that pressure. And not every family can do that and is willing to do that. And, I experienced this when I was 3-day eventing. So I had a incredibly reliable horse. I worked at the barn. I tacked up 20 to 30 horses a day. And my horse was very reliable, but she wasn't flashy. And I remember this stuck with me for years. I remember qualifying for the finals for the state championships at Galway. And I remember my trainer being surprised that I did. And it was because we never won first place. We never even got second place, I don't think. But we were consistent. And my horse wasn't flashy. But I remember thinking it was so sad to me that here I work at this barn. I am slaving myself away all day long. And I was fortunately in the ribbons, okay, but I never, you know, it was like 5th, 6th, that type of thing. And she was shocked that I was able to go. And I thought, am I that unimportant because I don't have this $80,000 horse, but I'm here every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was hurtful for me. And, you know, fortunately this was before social media because I'm old. But
well, it's one of those things too where like, yeah, you can spend a lot of money on a horse, you can spend a lot of money on a trainer and everything, but you don't always have the rideability yourself, right?
No.
And so like there is that in between too where you can have a really talented rider on just your average horse, so to speak, but can make that horse like better if they know enough, you know, and they're doing all the work, and there's that, you know, that balance in it. And, but with this and everything too, I think, you know, and parents are, for the most, generally would be, you know, backing their kid and want them to feel good about whatever they're doing, you know, and if they didn't get a good placing or something, I think there is a tiny little bit of pettiness, or maybe a medium amount of pettiness in this, just because, you know, she does make that comment about the ones with the fancy horses being posted and everything else. And, you know, it happens sometimes. It's not like, you know, you can't, since like the fancy horses does something, it's not like every once in a while you're not going to have a little bit of resentment about them, like, damn it.
I think that's human nature. Yeah.
You know, even if it's not necessarily something that you're going towards, maybe. But I think, too, is like, when I first read this story, I was it gave me a little bit of a chuckle in the sense that it always reminded me of those crotchety old people that always went around and saying like, everybody just wants to participate in the trophy.
Oh gosh, I did think about that too.
Like, everyone, but it is one of those things too. Like she mentions the group post, you know, group photo or something. It was like acknowledgement that, you know, people were there and they showed up. And I think that is important to acknowledge when people show up and they try and they be like, okay, not everyone. But whether or not on the Instagram, on their website or something like that, that can vary.
Well, they could have even probably put a line that said that we were proud of all of the people that came from our barn, right?
Because at the end of the day, yeah, maybe not everyone's winning or something, but everyone who's showing at that point in time is showing under your name.
Right.
Right? Whether it's the trainer, the barn, or both, right? They're showing under you and they're representing you. So it's still a reflection on your part and your reputation, if you're kind of just sideballing. You know? Yeah.
And, you know, there are those barns that are so snotty that they won't even let you go to the show. There's that. I've seen that, which is a whole nother realm of I don't understand. So, you know, you got to be safe, okay? You got to be safe and you got to be appropriate for your level. That's different than, oh, you're not going to win, so I'm not going to take you. That's a whole different thing. But then I also thought along the line of, okay, so if we're trying to promote our barn, a group photo or mentioning how many riders you have that want to be at your place, people might go, wow, they're kind of popular, right? Maybe I should check them out.
Yeah, and that's what I was mentioning, like on the reputation and like branding yourself, really.
Yeah.
You know, so group photo mentions on that and everything else, like you could do a post about both. You know, like really proud of our winners and everything else, because it's fine to be proud of your winners and whatnot. And totally, like proud of everyone who showed up and did things, and one of the things you know people can think about too, like anybody watching this that maybe has their own program or something, you know, you can have a post like that. You can have your general like all these people that showed up to the show or whatever it was. And then you can be like, hey, here's a little shout out to this person for good sportsmanship or whatever, because they were just bouncing around from stall to stall, helping everybody care for their horse in different ways, you know, clean up.
Oh, that's a great idea.
When I did the Mustangs, the tip challenges and different stuff, they actually had those. They had awards and stuff for, it wasn't the first year that I did it, but the second year and on that I did, because it was all different hosts and everything else. They had like sportsmanship award, horseman's award, and different things, and people would just put in names of different stuff and nominate somebody for different things for various different reasons. And like, And it was just really neat because like, and they would just call it out and like, this person got this award because one of it was somebody was going around and just like checking in with everyone to seeing if they needed help with anything, if they needed help setting stuff up. They were helping people with like their freestyle props and different things. And it was just this big community of stuff, right? Yeah. And so stuff along those lines where it's like, hey, here's a shout out to this person who just like came in to help and like brought water to the riders.
Well, because remember, the thing is too, is that it's not just about winning, it's also about horsemanship. Mm-hmm. And what is horsemanship?
Yeah.
You know?
And it's still being part of the community.
It is, yeah. And so I always feel like a lot of us show are at a barn to, yes, ride, but also meet friends, you know, and meet people that like doing the same thing as you. Mm-hmm. That's important.
Yeah.
Community, like you said. Mm-hmm. So I think this is a very interesting line that she's on, and I can see why she asked this question, because it's one of those things that to me would probably keep me up at night, reeling in my head that I don't know which way to go with this, because, you know, she could be being petty, but she could also not be being petty. You know, a lot of times there's a feeling at a barn. If there's always like, let's say an everyday underlying feeling that there's preferential treatment towards people with the fancy horses and the not fancy horses, that's wrong. You know, if this is a one-time incident, in my opinion, then it was probably a mistake. So, or the teenager didn't see the message. I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Beck?
Yeah, I mean, they may, and it's possible that they didn't see the messages. I often ignore my Instagram messages for a while, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have messages on there. But fortunately, generally, it's just sharing reels and memes. So
she won't ignore you, though.
Yeah. But yeah, it could really go anyway, and it. Interestingly enough, when you're talking about like if it's an everyday feeling and everything else, yeah, it's not necessarily a good feeling. But even having that feeling of like there's preferential treatment and everything else could be pettiness. It could be you just perceiving things,
right?
But it could also be true, and then that's not necessarily a place you want to be, right?
Yeah, and well, and so if you're really worried about it along those lines, don't ask the question via Instagram. Go up to the trainer. Yeah, ask her in person. Right? If you ask somebody in person, then they can't say they didn't get the message. They can't say they didn't see it. All of those things. It might be cleared up super fast.
But I think with this and specifically, I don't think it's super petty. I think it's like an edge of pettiness with like the mention of like it only focused on the fancy horses and only focused on, you know, that like it doesn't even seem so much of the focus on the ones that won, but you know, to specifically say mostly the ones with the fancy horses, I think there's a little edge on that part. But the main thing is that she recognizes that her daughter felt bad not being mentioned, and then she's like,
yeah,
I feel bad for my kid.
Mm-hmm. So let us know your thoughts, and I would love to hear whether or not you think she is overreacting.